Between the here, between the now. Between the north.
The Princess and the Prince in Nowherland. Chapter 1. A thunder flashed a face on the sky. For half a moment, before it began to cry, I could see you. Your hair waving on a wet window, your smile changing while the drops were moving down. Your voice around, or the voice of rain, splashing quiet sounds. Was it you, or just a lonely imagination? The storm calmed down. Single drops, broken lines. The wind turned silent, only whispered. But I remember your eyes, that genuine smile, the flashes of the crying skies, and I wonder, why isn't the ground wet? He put his feeder back on the desk, looked out the window at the blue cloudless sky, and took a deep breath. Every day on the islands seemed to be so extremely hot, but it was a different kind of hot that he could experience in Italy or Spain. The air was humid, the wind almost absent. Only few days passed since he saw the captain for the last time, fighting in shallow water. He still remembered his proud face, watching the sailors planting a cross in a place called Cebu. Almost 2 years passed since they embarked for India heading west, but now something changed on the islands. That image of a local, native for this place girl started appearing in his mind. Is it my imagination, bored after months of sailing, exhausted after the loss of the captain? Is she a real person, somebody who I need to find for some reasons, or just my tired mind? The face seems to be so real, always the same, and the whispering words I can't hear or understand. The ship was ready to set off. I must find out. I must find her. Victoria, that was the name of the ship, slowly moved in the direction of the setting sun, surrounded by the calm sound of the ocean.
Between the here, between the now.
Bravo, bravo, bravissimo, clapped the frog. The prince stood silent, with a fear in his eyes. Amazing story, really wonderful. But my plate is still empty. How to tell you, Princessito? The frog, with an emotionless face, like if she played a card game, looked at the burning candle that stayed on the table. The fire was shaking, like if it was afraid too, waiting for the next words of the frog. How to tell you? I really appreciate your stories. There's no doubt that the Captain Ulan, or whatever his name was a brave man. His sailors certainly too. But I don't eat words, letters, voice, or rhymes. By the way, the poem was not even rhyming. You're lucky that frogs have no ears. If I had ones, no doubt I'd lose them after hearing it. Never mind, sighed the frog. You know what I like, right? You know what I eat, don't you? The prince didn't answer. Don't you? You eat mosquitoes, Princess Frog. That's right. And I don't see any here on my plate. Should I go now to catch some? Should I go now to catch some? Incredible! You should have been already back with 2 bags full of them. You know what happens when I'm angry, don't you? You slap my face with your wet, disgusting, ugly tongue? You learn fast, Prince Pete. It should rather be the Prince Pity. Then I could say, what a pity I've met you. Good for nothing. Go and catch some. And not tiny, slim, looking like sick or dying, like the ones you brought yesterday. I'm not a whale. I don't eat plankton. Fatty ones. Fatty. But not too fat. The oven is not that big. Now go. The prince took a small bag from the kitchen, in which he had put some bread and meat for the journey the previous day. He pushed the door, trying to get outside the house, but the door didn't open. Something was blocking the door. It seemed like something heavy light on the floor on the other side. He pushed it stronger and slipped through it outside. He looked around and almost stepped on. He couldn't believe his eyes. The thing that was blocking the door, it was a huge, 1 meter tall, drunk, semi-conscious, human-like mosquito that was leaning against the door. Excuse me, sir. I was just tired and... said the smelly insect. Who are you and what the hell are you doing in front of my house? Shouted the prince, not as angry as rather shocked. What your word, sir? It's already around 5 in the afternoon, which means I am an adult, middle-aged, stable and serious person. I hope your irritation is not caused by the fact I'm an insect. We are not that different, sir. I'm a normal, maybe just a bit bigger, mosquito and I deserve an equal treatment and respect, sir. The prince couldn't move. Did the frog pour some poison into his morning tea? He thought, while the mosquito continued. Let's get straight to the point, sir. Your house looks enormous, especially for somebody of my size. Not to mention its beauty in general, the wooden, perfectly polished doors and windows, the red roof with a white chimney. It looks like a fortress, and at the same time like the most pleasant place to spend a night in. No other house is like yours, sir. This is the only house in the neighborhood, quickly replied the prince. Actually, you're right, sir. That's why I've been thinking. Do you have, sir, any rooms for rent? One night, single bed, no breakfast. You know, sir. The mosquito started whispering now, as if he was telling a secret that nobody else could hear. We mosquitoes don't live that long to eat 2 breakfasts in our lives. But if you provide late suppers or desserts, why not? The prince felt his heart started beating faster. Wait, slowly. You are a 10-kilo mosquito, drunk, talking to me in English, and what's more, you think my home is a kind of hotel or elderly house for insects. Moreover, you probably don't have any money to pay for your stay. You want to use my bed, eat my food, hang around my house, and everything this for free? Exactly, sir. If any rooms are available at the moment, of course. This is not happening, said loudly the prince to himself. This is a nonsense. It can't happen in real life. Unbelievable. The prince stopped talking as suddenly he reminded the last words that the frog had said before he went out. Fatty ones! Fatty! The prince smiled, changed the tone, and continued softly. All right, Mr. Mosquito, if I can call you that. For friends, just Mosky. Okay then, Mr. Mosky. Actually, you're lucky, as there is one luxury room still available in this 5-star hotel for bugs, insects, and whatever else. The mosquito smiled and breathed with a relief. The prince made a pause and added seriously. But you know, Musky, we Farangs are strange. We live far from families. We call loneliness independence, or we think we can buy happiness in a pharmacy. We dream about things we don't need, and don't have things we need, or we celebrate Christmas or Easter just to buy things and show our generosity and many, many other things. What I mean is that please don't be surprised if the bed in your room looks more like a plate rather than a place to sleep. The bedroom might look a little bit like a dining room. Dining room like bedroom. You know, everything's opposite. I promise, sir, I won't be surprised whatever I see. Nothing can surprise me anymore after I've seen a Farang talking to a mosquito. It looks quite awkward, but I'm just a mosquito. I'm not to judge you, sir. Maybe it's normal for you to talk to mosquitoes, and maybe you talk to animals like if it was normal, mewing to cats, barking to dogs. I don't dare to ask, sir. It's your life. Anyway, answered the prince without really listening to his insect guest. Anyway, Please feel free to enter. The receptionist will show you the room and will take care of you. How much for this incredibly professional service, sir? How much do you have, Mosky? Asked irritated Prince. I have nothing. That's even way too much. You're too generous. Please come in. I'll be happy to give you the change when I come back, but please forgive me now, as I'm going to the town to do some things. Probably you're going to look for some properties, sir, huh? I can guess. The hotel business is going so well that you probably want to expand your business. First locally and later operate all over the world, am I right? Then the door opened. It was the frog. Who's talking so loudly I can't take my afternoon nap? She looked at the guest. Kun Mosquito Loquito? Is that you, mate? Kun Froggy Moggy? It's been years, Nagap. Hours since our first meeting. So much time passed without you. So many minutes in loneliness. So many quarters have passed since the hour of amor hit our hearts. Since the scent of love filled our spirits. The prince looked surprised at the two and quietly said, That smell of rum is what you call the scent of love? But the two didn't hear the prince anymore. The love, or the amor himself, shut the door, and the prince stayed alone in front of his house. For the first time since he met the princess frog, he felt totally free, finally. Now, I must find her. I must find the real princess. He thought and headed happily towards the town, in the direction of the setting sun, surrounded by the calm sound of the forest.
Between the sun, between the west, between the east, between the time, between the a song of the sea, neath the quiet